Hey, welcome to How to Build Your Own Home. This is Keith. I want to talk about projections, thoughts, kind of the market sentiment as to where things are going to be in 2025, at least for possibly the first, second quarter. These are things that I think about as a builder and how I plan. A lot of times I'll get a client, I'm looking at a plans, we're going through the design phase, and I'm getting ready to start setting a budget. And I look at a couple of factors that tell me I need to move fast with that budget, or I might just want to wait and set that budget later. There's a lot of factors that come into play, but I want to just give you one piece of advice there. The budget is toast after about 45 days. And if you're not moving fast to get your home built and you think that budget's going to sit and be the same month after month and not start building, you're in trouble. This is what I want to help you understand is when you budget that home, be prepared to build that home. If the budget fits, if it fits, move because it's going to start. It's like a souffle. It comes out of the oven. It's going to start to deflate. It's no good anymore. You want to eat it when it's fresh. A couple things to think about. We've heard a lot about inflation and deflation, stagflation. A lot of these terms have been passed around out there. The most hideous one, of course, is inflation. We did that during the recent epidemic that came, and there was a lot of liquidity in the market. People were given a lot of cash to help get through the hard time. And as a result, with all that massive liquidity, you saw a huge boom in construction. It was massive. Lumber yards were just jacking up prices on lumber. It was pretty insane. We are now about 28 to close to 38% below that high in lumber costs. And again, that could shoot up again if there's liquidity in the market. Now, what do I mean by liquidity? I mean when banks are suddenly giving out more money and dropping the interest rate. If the prime rate drops, then the banks typically can drop their interest rate. And when money becomes cheaper to borrow, then you have what's called greater liquidity in the market, and that tends to increase in inflation. All right. So watch the interest rates. I don't suspect them going down to 2 or almost 0%, which is really what was crazy for quite some time. And I saw a lot of inflation. It was not fun. I would start building a home and my lumber costs would be $10,000, $15,000 during the course of framing. It was that nuts. I don't think we're going to face that again, but watch interest rates. It could be a factor, especially if they go down. If they go up in numbers, that's going to be the kind of inverse effect. You're going to see what we see now because of higher interest rates. You're now seeing lower lumber costs. Okay. The big thing to watch out for, second to your interest rates next year, is tariffs. Okay. We know the next administration coming in has said that they're going to impose tariffs. They did it before. This next administration's going to do it again. So what is a tariff? A tariff is a tax on a foreign import brought in from a different country to increase jobs in this country while taxing those countries that are manufacturing materials and goods and stuff like that overseas, especially overseas. Not so much maybe with Canada and maybe Mexico. These are considered, neighbors to some degree, but especially with China. Like I buy a lot of hardware, I buy doors, a lot of other things that are manufactured in China. Now, if a tariff comes through, that could jack up a front custom high-end door quite a bit. That could be a 30% tariff. That could be quite a bit on a door that's $8,000. Just add 30% on that. Who knows what those tariffs are going to be? So if you're getting ready to buy now or you're getting ready to buy pretty soon, keep in mind those tariffs are going to come into play. Okay, I buy material in Canada. I buy some stuff in Mexico. Most of my stuff is manufactured here in the United States, especially with roofing products and lumber products and stuff like that. But just keep an eye out. That's going to affect a lot of people. But even with tariffs, if we have a lower cost of energy, if our gas isn't $4 a gallon, but is instead closer to $2 a gallon, that's going to have a huge effect on the transportation and delivery of materials, especially bulky items like lumber and concrete and stuff like that. That's going to, and every product out there, when energy costs go down, that is a telltale sign where costs are going to be in a month or 2 or 3 months. The number one thing I looked for, 10, 15 years ago was the futures contracts for oil, or what oil was selling for now and what the projection for oil is going to be in the future. That was pretty much the only thing I looked at. I didn't have to worry about massive inflationary spikes. I didn't have to worry about interest rates going up and down and stuff like that. I didn't have the yo-yos that I have now 10, 15 years ago. Now I look at tariffs, I look at interest rates, I look at, and those all affect inflation and deflation. All right. The last thing I want to bring up is labor costs. Okay. I don't suspect labor costs going up. I suspect them staying flat. That's what I've seen. Unless there's a huge liquidity boom and there's a lot of cash dumped into the market, if you see that it's possible that there's a huge amount of building going on, and from that, more and more people have got work, and then they start increasing their prices in labor. But I don't suspect that being the case. I suspect labor staying pretty much flat, which is not necessarily good overall for the economy because we're not keeping up with inflation. But at the most, labor is not going to take a huge spike. But again, the two things to look out for are oil, of course, and tariffs, and seeing how they're going to affect you, and of course, interest rates. This is kind of like, it's not that hard to kind of gauge these things. Like I went on my phone today and I looked at the lumber futures, and that's just a 1 month telltale sign as to where we are with lumber, which means there's not a lot of building starts going on right now. But if interest rates jack down, or if we have a huge amount of liquidity in the market, all bets are off. Who knows what could happen? And I've seen that just change within a 6-month period of time. Prices start to change that fast. And you'll see that prices, and again, the one thing I see going up are permitting fees. A lot of cities are strapped for cash, and they're increasing their permitting fees, and especially some counties. So watch out for that. They typically change their fees, typically in the 1st of January, but rarely other times. If they do it twice a year, it's oftentimes in the fall or even in the July area. But most of the time, they increase their fees in the 1st of January. So I've got one permit I submitted real quick, got that permit and saved about $400 because I knew that the permit fee was going to increase. So things to watch out for, things to look out for. But other than that, my best advice with building an affordable home or building within your budget is to design your home that is easy to build, not too complicated. It's not going to scare builders and framers and all kinds of people away from building that home. Keep your first build, especially if this is your first build. Keep it as streamlined, keep it as simple as you can. Get into that home on time, under budget, and by and large, you'll be in a better situation than if you were trying to be elaborate and be too complicated. That's where costs go bonkers. And if you're really, really scared and you're really uncertain about what is a budget and how do I budget for a home and how do I make sure I've got the right budget, go to howtobuildyourownhome.com, take the self-managed course, and in the download section, I've got the best budget that's out there. I've spent years on it. I built over 100 homes on it. It's phenomenal. I've had a lot of rave reviews. It's got all the details you need to make sure that you've got every cost imaginable for your home. So check that out at How to Build Your Own Home. Take the self-managed course. And with that, if you take the self-managed course, you'll get the First Steps course for free. Take the First Steps course, in module number 3 in that course will help you determine the cost per square foot in your particular area. And you do that module 2 or 3 different times on various homes that are new or existing homes. And that will help you identify the cost per square foot for a like comparable home that you want to build in your particular area. When you have that, you're now getting a good sense as to the real cost in your market area. So take the First Steps course. It's very well organized and it's laid out. It's going to help you out a lot. So just some thoughts about the next year. I do believe it's a great time to build. It's better than it was a year and a half ago. And to me, that's a good sign. So Best of luck. Let's have a great year, and let's keep it going.